So hello everyone and welcome to the Nonimaging Optics Minisymposium. I see people are coming in. I will give people a few seconds to come in before we officially start everything. I'm very happy that so many of you were able to join us today. And we have people coming from all over the world. We have people from the Americas who had to get up very early in the morning to take part in this. So good morning to all of you and thank you for prioritizing to participate. And we have people from Asia who had to stay up late. So good evening to all of you. Thank you for staying up late. We have people from Europe where it's afternoon, like here in Norway. So also good afternoon to all of you in Norway. And as people are streaming in, I want to introduce our invited speakers for this Non-Imaging Optics Minisymposium, because we have some exciting speakers coming up. We have Martijn Anthonissen, who is going to talk about models using optimal mass transport for inverse design of non-imaging optics. And we have Julius Muschaweck, who is going to give us the case for angular extent X. And we have Henning Rehn, who is going to talk about measurements in phase space. My name is Håkon J.D. Johnsen. I work as an associate professor at NTNU in Norway, and I'm one of the chairs of the Nonimaging Optics Conference. And I'm organizing this mini symposium together with the other chairs, who are Tom Cooper from York University in Canada and Lian Smesters from VUB in Belgium. And today, in addition to these exciting invited talks, we are also going to tell you a little bit more about the Non-Imaging Optics Conference and our call for papers, which is live right now. And we are going to introduce our design competition for 2026. So you should all look forward to that. And I also want to tell you a few words about this technical platform. We're using a Zoom webinar, and we invite all of you to ask questions along the way to our invited speakers. There's this Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. So if you press that, you get this text box where you can write your question. And then after our speakers have done their presentations, we will read the questions out loud to them to get some discussion going here. So that is the practical information about this session. So now I'm going to hand the word over to Tom Cooper, who will tell you a little bit more about the conference.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this great opportunity to learn a little bit more about non-imaging optics and have an opportunity to hear from three esteemed invited speakers here. So I'm very excited for this, and thank you everybody for joining. I want to tell you just a little bit more about the conference for those who don't know about it. Probably most of us have heard about this conference or have been involved in it in some way or another. But just for those who are new to the field or maybe have been out of the loop for a little bit, I'm going to show you some great ways to stay in touch with the non-imaging optics community. And the best way to do that is by way of this non-imaging conference website. So for those who don't know the website, simple URL, nonimaging-conference.org. And this is a great way to stay up to date with many of the things that are happening in the non-imaging optics community. So let me show you a couple things here that are really interesting. So if you go previous years here and you click on all proceedings, then we see a nice overview of the history of this conference. And so I wanted to take a couple minutes just to talk a little bit about the history of this non-imaging optics conference. So last year we had the XX anniversary, nominally the XX anniversary, and this follows the naming of the conference as part of the SPIE Optics and Photonics Congress. But we also learned at the XX Congress that actually the conference has predated that by several years. So there was a nice presentation given by Bill Casserly from Synopsys, and he talked about the history of the conference in general. We learned a lot of really interesting things. So, what did we learn from that? Well, we learned that actually the conference has been going on for almost 43 years now. So back in 1983, there was the International Conference on Non-Imaging Concentrators. And so that was 42 years ago, right? Back in 1983. So long history there. And then in 1991, 34 years ago, we had a slight change in name in the conference, Non-Imaging Optics Maximum Efficiency Light Transfer. And that's kind of what gave birth to this SPIE version of the conference, which is now in its 21st anniversary. So we see nominally 21st anniversary, but it's actually interesting to see that there's a little bit more history going back further than that. Now, one thing that was quite special about last year is I'm sure we all know the work of Roland Winston, a pioneer in the field of non-imaging optics. He passed away last year, and we were holding the conference in his honor to remember his pioneering work and lifelong contributions to the field. So he served as chair of the conference for almost every year that we had the conference. And he was also serving as the editor for the proceedings of the conference papers. 26 proceedings have his name listed on them as an editor of the proceedings. So we can really take this opportunity again to recognize the great work that Roland Winston did in really founding this field and also giving us a great foundation upon which to build and keep growing. I also want to give thanks to Loon Jiang. He was a member in Roland Winston's group, and he worked for many years to actually keep this conference going and keep it growing and keep it strong. So special thanks to Loon Jiang for all of his efforts in keeping this conference strong. And we also learned some interesting things. We also learned that there may have, in fact, been a design competition or two back in the conference as early as 1995. So that's one of the things that the conference chairs have been really excited about, kind of revamping and revitalizing. And we held a competition last year, and I think you'll learn a little bit more about the competition for this year later on in the webinar. Okay. So just back to the website here. So a great place to kind of check out all the history. So you can see all the previous proceedings here from the previous past conferences. Amazing papers in these conferences. So for those who have had the chance and look at some of the proceedings papers in the past, there's really amazing work being done here. And of course, I want to invite everybody to submit to the 2026 conference. So you'll see here if you go conference 2026, call for papers, you can see all the details. Of course, it'll link you here to the SPIE website where you can see the full call. But for now, I'll just show you kind of everything that's happening that you can learn from. So here we have our non-imaging optics, efficient design for illumination and concentration, XXI. So that's our nominally 21st anniversary. So please find all the details here, and I certainly invite you all to submit to present at the conference, and I really hope to see you there in San Diego in August. I was there last year for those who made it, and I think we had a really nice turnout, and it was great seeing everybody there and hearing about all the ongoing research being done in the field of non-imaging optics. Okay. So without further ado, I would like to pass the torch back to my co-chairs to introduce our speakers for today. Thanks, everybody.